The real letdown here in this terrible situation is that there could have been safety rails in place to help give people a chance to allow this to not happen in Kerrville. But they don't have a warning system in place. And with the cuts from the not the National Weather Service, I'm sure that does play some part of a aspect to the level of devastation happening right now in Kerrville. Because ultimately, this could have been avoided. I want you to imagine how terrified these children were who were on the Guadalupe River last night on vacation at Camp Mystic, which is a Christian summer camp. Individuals hanging out with their families. I just want you to imagine how terrified these children were and are right now. And then I want you to think about this Texas Public Radio story I'm about to tell you. I am sorry for the loss of life that happened on that day and that is still happening today. It's senseless, it's unnecessary, it's violent, but ultimately, the death toll could have been reduced greatly had there been proper planning in place. You'll see what I mean when I continue to read this story from Texas Public Radio. Judge Rob Kelly said that there was not a warning system in place on the Guadalupe River to detect rising waters. "We do not have a warning system on the river," Kelly said. "We didn't know this flood was coming. Rest assured, no one knew this kind of flood was coming. We have floods all the time." Now, right here, I want to pause it because I want to talk about this paragraph that the county judge said. He said, "We do not have a warning system on the river." He said, we didn't know this flood was coming. Rest assured, no one knew this kind of flood was coming. We have floods all the time. Now, this statement alone would suggest that you should have had the wherewithal to know that you need a flooding system in place on the river. You have floods all the time. This right here is what I'm talking about. This is the level of the lack of mental acuity needed for people in positions of power in government places. And it's top down. "This is the most dangerous river valley in the United States," he added, "but county officials had no reason to believe that this was going to be anything like what's happened here. None whatsoever." The National Weather Service had estimated on Thursday that the region would see 5 to 7 inches of rain, with the possibility of storm clusters forming over the region. But there is some pretty devastating news that is happening right now. At least 27 people have died in the Guadalupe River flooding. It's still raining here in Texas today. Today is July 5th, 2025, day after Independence Day. And I'm reading a story from Texas Public Radio. It says at least 27 people have died, including 18 adults and 9 children. And an untold number more are missing after flooding ravaged the hill country on Friday. City officials said Saturday morning that 27 girls from Camp Mystic, a private Christian summer camp, are still missing. I guess God must have taken the day off. The downpour on Friday caused the Guadalupe River to rise as much as 25 feet in 45 minutes, sending cars, uprooted trees, and other debris swirling through the brown water. State and county officials did not provide more information Saturday morning on the missing girls attending the 99-year-old Camp Mystic, a riverside retreat that was hosted some 750 campers. Officials said on Friday that some of those campers may be stranded and unable to call for help. However, among the dead was Dick Eastland, the director of Camp Mystic. Wow. His nephew, Gardner Eastland, confirmed the death in a Facebook post. About 850 people have been rescued in the area so far, and this is still an ongoing story. I do want to say that I am very sad that children and people are losing their lives in this natural disaster. I can only help but state that, there is some fault to be spread here in the Trump administration. They have single handedly cut money and funding to the National Weather Service, which I'm sure, if it was fully funded, would have helped prevent the mass casualties in this event. But, this is what happens. Maybe situations like this should become an eye-opening experience for those involved. There's going to be families that are going to have to plan funerals now because their children are dead. That is sad.